So let's start. Today we are going to discuss on the topic of autoscaling. So my name is Tushar Shelar. So what is autoscaling? Autoscaling is a method used in cloud computing whereby the amount of computational resources in a server farm typically measured in terms of the number of active servers which vary automatically based on the stored on the farm. So let's consider a scenario where you have a server and a website is running on that server. So you have configured the server in such a way that it could handle a load of 500 users at a time. So if this number of users increased to 700 um, overnight, and your server will the load on the server will increase. To reduce this, you have to create another server. So AWS will create for you the another server automatically using auto scaling feature. So it will automatically create another server when your load on the server will go above 500, and it will also delete that server, another server, when the load gets below the 500. So let's see how it works. I will give you a quick demonstration. So this is an EC2 instance which I have created for a project, CSA project. So we need to create an image AMI for this. So we will create image. We will name it as the server one, and then create image. So it will create an image. So we will close this. Then we will see if this is created. This is creating an AMI. So we will go to auto scaling launch configuration. So we will uh, create a launch configuration. From here we will select an AMI which we have created just now, server one. So we will create in free tier. uh, so then configuration details, we will name this as a live server one, and we will go to next step. We will leave it as it is. So then next, we will add a rule that of HTTP, so that our server will be able to accept the HTTP request. Then review. So everything we have configured will we can see here. So we will create launch configuration. So the we need to select a key pair. Here is default. I have already created one key pair CSA project. I will select that and I acknowledge this and create launch configuration. Then this is creating a launch configuration. So auto scaling, we need to create an auto scaling group now. So auto scaling group basically is the main thing which in this we need to specify the condition for which the server will create another server. The auto scaling will create another server. So we will configure, see how it we need to configure it. So we will give it the name live server one group. Number of instances we can specify two. Network, so we will create VPC default. We will select a subnet. Select two of them, any two. Let's select any of two of them. Then next, configure scaling. So we will this is the use scaling policies to adjust capacity of this group. So we will scale between two and two instances, minimum two and maximum two size of the group. So we will the target value here is the value above of the CPU utilizations, above which we will create the new CPU new EC2 instance. So we will specify as 75%. So the if the uh, amount of users, or the CPU utilization, average CPU utilization goes beyond 75%, it will create a new EC2 instance. Then configuration, we will no need to create anything here, so we will specify a key one, live one. Let's give this a name, live one, value one. Then we will go to review. So everything we have configured so far, we can see here. Then create auto scaling group. So now uh, yes, it is successfully created auto scaling group. Now uh, we will see, we can see there that it is here, that auto scaling group live server 1. Then we need to configure a load balancer. Let's go to the load balancer section here. So it is loading. So just we need to create a load balancer for this https. Yes. So a load balancer is basically used to mm, used to make your traffic, divide your traffic among the servers. Let's see, you have uh, uh, your website is handling to server is you need to handle the server in such a way that it should handle the traffic of the blog, and another part is of the machine learning part. So to handle these two kind of traffic, you need, if you want to create two different servers, then it can be created by load balancers. The traffic from the both the servers will go, the website will remain the same, but the traffic will be divided between the two servers. So the name we will give here, the load balancer, the name load 1 live. Let's give it the name as a live load 1. So HTTP, okay, we need to select availability zone, uh, configuration security. Then we need to go to, we will select the security, existing security group. Then mm, everything, we need to give a name for target group. Let's give a name, target, uh, target 1. So we will give here register targets. We will select this CSA project and add this to the registered targets. And now it is added to the registered targets now. Then we will go to next step, review, uh, then create. This will create a load balancer for CSA project is instance. Then it is created. So let's go to our instances. So we can see here the instance which is just created. There are a lot of instances because a lot of people are using this account. So we will see what is the instance which is just created, 915. See, this is the one. Okay, so this is the one that we have just created. So let's see if it is working or not. We will press this here. It's loading now. We will name it as server 1 so that we can see. It is still loading, taking some time. So in another window we will select the we will load another EC2 instance, which is the main initial instance. Let's see if it works or not. It's taking some time. Let's wait for a while. It will work fine, but it is taking some time. So uh, we have here we can see that the website, the instance which we have all created just now has loaded the website, and it is the previous, it is the initial website which is loading. um, so there is this AWS account is on free tier, so it is a bit slow. So so it is, we have successfully created a load balancer and auto scaling. So that's all. Thank you.